went to preach in Pakistan. The nation has 98% Islam. 98%. So over 90% of those who came for the crusade were practicing Muslims. And the reason they came was because they told them a healer was coming. So they were not coming to receive Jesus. They were coming to be healed. And I didn't know. When I reached, my host told me that many people are coming. I said, thank God, we'll preach, they will be saved. When I was getting to the crusade, I saw over 40 buses. They said these are the ones that came from the villages. And they were carrying all kinds of sick people. Some were blind, some were deaf. They were carrying people who were paralyzed, who couldn't walk. I said, is this my crusade? The guy said, yes. I told them that Reinhard Bonnke imparted you. I said, is that part of, did I tell you to do that publicity? So they were coming to see a global evangelist. When I came, I wanted to preach. They now told me we need to interpret. I said, no, Kai. The way I preach is that as I'm touching scriptures, I'm ascending. If I have an interpreter, Kai, I will struggle here. And this is not the night I want to struggle. He said, don't worry, he will try. When I'm talking, and I start sensing the anointing, he will say, wait, what did you say? Repeat it. As I kept repeating, my soul was descending. When I finished preaching, even me, the preacher, was as cold as a sinner. I didn't sense anything moving. I went back and I told God, help me. Help me. And I remembered what Jesus told me. Because I live, you will see tomorrow. And I told myself, this is not the night to be ashamed. I will believe God, because if thou wouldest believe, thou shouldest see the glory of God. The hand of God is on my life. And I stood and made a declaration. Even this declaration, brothers and sisters, I made it in fear, hoping that if nothing happened, I will escape. Lo and behold, as I made the declaration, somebody shouted, I can hear. I said, what did they say? They said, the lady has been deaf for 15 years, she can hear now. I came out and said, my God is a wonder worker. The next person jumped up and said, I can see. That was how the service erupted. Not because I was feeling anything, but because I know what to do to move the hand of God. So even when I was not feeling anything on the altar, signs and wonders must happen. Because signs and wonders are the confirmation that the hand of God is upon you. I prophesy over you, from today you will see signs and wonders. For the purpose of security, you will never go to any land where anybody has a horse better than that of the king. But when the hand of God came upon Elijah, he outran the king and his chariots. That means if the hand of God comes upon your life, you will defy status quo. They told you civil servants can't be wealthy, and then you now enter a frequency of speed. You receive salary for 2 years and you invest it in a business, and that business brings billions. And they ask you, how did you do it? It's supernatural speed. They told you, this ministry you are going into, until you are 15 years you won't succeed. You are 1 year and you start doing what those who are 20 in it can't do. It is speed. Listen, don't grade your life based on other people's experiences. Their experience is based on how much of God they know and how much of God they apply. Thank God for them. Learn from them. Don't despise them. Learn from them. But don't limit your destiny. Don't peg your destiny at another person's experience. Yes, it may take somebody else 20 years. Nobody says it won't take me 6 months. If the hand of God comes upon you, you can outrun the chariots of Ahab. He can outrun. See, so when God comes upon your life, one focus you must have is speed. You know what the Bible said? It said, when the Spirit comes upon you, they that wait upon the Lord, they said they mount up with wings like the eagles. You don't know you have wings until the hand of God comes upon you. Biology told you that you have 2 legs. Wait until your spiritual dimension appear. That's when you will know that you don't only have 2 legs, you also have wings. The wings come alive when the hand of God comes upon you. And he said, when you mount up like the eagle. So you go high and you go fast at the same time because of the hand of God. The hand of God sponsors speed. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight, but that stagnation in your life has just broken. Sit down for a moment. I'm racing against time now. The third thing about the hand of God is that the hand of God works wonders. If everything in your life is natural, you are a failure. If you can explain everything about your destiny, you are a failure. Ask those who change things. There are many things about their life that is supernatural, and that supernatural life is a function of the hand of God. Acts 4:29-30, when the disciples of Jesus were beaten, flogged, intimidated, and they were warned to stop preaching, they came to God and said, Lord, now behold, they are threatening. Behold, they have paralyzed us with their threats. Behold it. They now say, grant unto thy servants all boldness that we may speak the word. How? They say, by stretching forth thy hand to heal, and that signs and wonders may be done in the name of thy holy child. If the hand of God is stretched, signs and wonders happen. So signs and wonders don't happen because we are orators. Signs and wonders happen because the hand of God is stretched. So if you want to see signs and wonders, do what moves the hand of God, and it will become natural. In Exodus chapter 3 verse 20, he said, I will stretch forth my hand and strike Egypt with all of my signs and my wonders. My life is a supernatural life because perpetually the hand of God is stretched upon me. When God begins to use anybody, they say the hand of God is upon him. Signs. When the hand of God came upon Samson, the Bible says Samson took the gate of a city, the gate of Gaza, and he climbed the mountain. This gate you are seeing here, that's not a city gate. This one is the gate of a fence. Those days, a city is wall to wall. So from that junction, when you left the express, cross over to Buhari here. If Buhari is a city, the whole thing is a wall. And so the gate will be like 1 mile to 1 mile. Because they used to have soldiers stand on the gate. They call them sentry officers. So you need 100 soldiers to stand on the gate to keep watch. So we are talking about a gate that 100 officers can stand on. Samson came, pulled it out of the ground, carried it on his shoulder, and climbed a mountain. Do you know how difficult it is to climb a mountain, let alone climbing with gate? Because the hand of God was upon him. When the hand of God comes upon you, even when you talk, things happen. When you sing, things happen. Your life is embodied with the supernatural. I prophesy over someone tonight. From today, your life becomes an endless stream of the supernatural. The fourth dimension of the hand of God is judgment on your enemies. Exodus 3 verse 20. I will stretch forth my hand and strike Egypt with all of my signs and my wonders. Exodus 12 verse 12. And God passed through Egypt and judged all the gods of Egypt. When the hand of God comes upon your life, anybody who makes himself your enemy is in trouble. He said, gather together, you will scatter. Take counsel together, it will come to naught. Speak the word, it will not stand. For our God is in our midst. When the hand of God comes upon you, your enemies are not your enemies, they are the enemies of God. He said there's no enchantment against Jacob, there's no divination against Israel. Not because Jacob is strong, because the shout of the king is in the midst of them. He said though the enemy comes in, he said like a flood, the Spirit of God will lift up a standard. See, you don't know how the hand of God works. That's why you are having high blood pressure, because of your enemy. I've heard people threaten that I will die. I never prayed about it. I've heard people say all kinds of evil. We will fail. I don't pray about such things. You know why? If the hand of God is upon me, that's one of the way he works. You will be sleeping, God will be walking, because he is your defense. He has become your fortress. I'm not saying be irresponsible towards your spiritual security, but I'm saying if there are certain things that if you know, your prayer points will reduce. And one of it is the way the hand of God works. The Bible says whatsoever he doeth, he shall prosper, because there is a hand upon your life. And I decree over you, every enemy that has sworn that they will die before their time. And the final thing the hand of God represents is terror. Terror. Hebrews 10:31. Terror. When the hand of God manifests, your enemies are paralyzed. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. is a fearful thing. Deuteronomy 2 from verse 24 to 25. It says, rise ye up, take up thy journey, go beyond the river Arnon. Behold, I have given unto you Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon. Begin to contend with him in battle and possess the land. Why? He said, I have put my terror upon you. Your enemies are paralyzed before you show up. That's why even those gossiping you, when you pass, they begin to confess. Because there is something the hand of God does to you. And David knew this. He said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. For thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. He said, in the midst of my enemies, I can prosper. See, you don't only prosper where your friends gather. When the hand of God is upon your life, your enemies can surround you. You will still prosper because of what is happening to you. I make bold to tell you tonight that everybody that ganged up against you, from tonight there'll be confusion in their camp. Christianity is not motivation. They say we have not believed cunningly devised fables. When we spoke to you about the coming king, he said we were eyewitnesses of these things. Even when the excelling glory was given to him, he said, but we have a more sure word of prophecy. What is the more sure word of prophecy? Not one jot or tittle of the word prevail.
Welcome to Remnant Witness TV. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe, share, like. God bless you.